intentionally subverting our young people to destroy this nation. We are not victims. This radical LGBTQ agenda is being used to subvert this nation, and we must push back against that. We love everyone. I've said it over and over again. We will reiterate this. We love everybody. We do. But we are against the radical indoctrination of our children. Welcome back to another episode of Make Our Voice Known, where we expose the anti-God, anti-human, anti-American, anti-Black agenda that is prevalent and pervasive in our society. So in today's episode, and as you can see, I got that fresh cut and everything, so I'm all fresh and clean. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about wokeness in the classroom. In Wake County, here in North Carolina, a pre-K teacher was forced to resign because she used flashcards that showed LGBTQIA messages and had a flashcard for white that had a woman hugging a pregnant man. Just take a look.
The LGBTQ themed cards to State Representative Aaron Paré, who immediately contacted the school. Representative Paré joins us now with more, along with concerned Wake County parent Steve Bergstrom. Steve, I'd love to start with you just as a parent in this district. What is your reaction when you see, I guess, a pregnant man flashcard designed to teach a child the difference between red, white, and blue?
Well, unfortunately, it's an issue that's been going on for quite a while in Wake County. And so, parents, I'm very tuned in with some of the parents around Wake County that have been fighting these issues. We're grateful for Representative Paré for bringing this issue up and handling it swiftly and quickly. But it shouldn't take a state House representative to be able to have this issue handled so quickly. So we're grateful that Aaron Paré and the principal at Valentine handled the issue correctly and swiftly, but it shouldn't take that. And this has been going on for quite a while. So it's shocking to see always, but it's not shocking to parents that are here in Wake County.
Representative, what was the response when you brought this up with the school district?
Well, it was actually an impressive response from the principal of the school, and I really need to commend her for her response to this. So I learned of this situation, and I called her immediately, and I asked her some questions. And I said, first, are you aware of this? Number two, do you approve of this? And number three, if you do not approve of this, then what can be done about it? And she was a little shocked and surprised and kind of said, my school, this is happening in my school. And she immediately contacted the area superintendent. She went down and looked in these classrooms, spoke to the teachers, and she said, I'm going to get back to you with what I find out. And about 90 minutes later, she got back to me and she just said, yes, I found these cards. And I took possession of the cards and engaged again her area superintendent and human resources. And I think this just really drives home the point. Look, a lot of loving families come in all different shapes and sizes, and thank goodness for that. I mean, kids need loving families right now more than anything else. But I think when you're looking at a card in front of a preschooler that has a mommy hugging a daddy with a baby in his belly, that's just not age-appropriate material to be showing preschoolers. And I'm glad that this principal in the district acted immediately.
This whole push for diversity, inclusion, and equity is a smokescreen. It's all to undermine the institutions, to undermine everything that is biblical, to undermine everything that has been set up as normal, to denormalize that, to call good evil and evil good. The fact that you have this teacher taking it upon him or herself to indoctrinate pre-K children with this ideology, it's subliminal. See, some parents say, oh, it's not a big deal. She just showing up flashcards. You don't know what that seed has. They don't understand seeds. They don't understand that it's little seeds like this that are planted in the hearts and minds of young people. When they grow up, these seeds bear fruit. Why do you think we have such an explosion in LGBTQ gender identity activity going on in this Gen Y, millennial generations, in those generations. You wonder why? Because that stuff has been ingrained, has been planted in them from school, from television. All those seeds are starting to bear fruit. And you have weak parents who say, well, I'm going to let my child do what they want to do. You know, I'm going to let my child choose. No, you're the parent. You're supposed to shepherd your child and lead them in the way that they should go, not the other way around. The Bible talks about how a child left to their own devices brings shame to the mother. And that's what's happening. Too many children are being left to their own devices, being left to public schools for the public school to plant things inside of them that are contrary to biology. They are contrary to truth. They're making our children victims. We are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. But unfortunately, our children are being made victims. I just read about this new agenda that a school district in Illinois is going to undertake, because getting grades and showing up to class on time is racist. And so therefore, we're going to lower the standard. We're going to make it more palatable for quote unquote minority, marginalized children to do well. We're going to dumb down the standards, if you will. The bigotry of low expectations, true systemic racism. We're going to lower the standard. We're going to make it more equitable. There's no such thing as equitable, because you're bringing somebody else down to someone else's level. Instead of raising that segment of the population up, all you're doing is bringing down one population to meet the other. But what you're doing is hurting the population that you're looking to help, because when they get out, when they finish school, they will not have the proper knowledge, the proper tools, the proper skill set to succeed. And what does that do? That creates that permanent serfdom, because they will be disgruntled with this country, disgruntled with the systems. They will be disillusioned. They will hate America, and that's all intentional. They will have a hatred for America because they will have not a purpose. They will not have any type of direction. And that is all intentional. Intentionally subverting our young people to destroy this nation. We are not victims. This radical LGBTQ agenda is being used to subvert this nation, and we must push back against that. We love everyone. I've said it over and over and over again. We will reiterate this. We love everybody. We do. But we are against the radical indoctrination of our children. There's no place in school to talk about sexual orientation. I'm sorry. That is not a place to talk about that. That is reserved for parents. And too many schools and too many teachers take it upon themselves to parent our children. No, that is our responsibility. We are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. Thank you so much for liking and your comments and subscribing to the channel. Please share this with your friends. Smash that like button. Smash the subscription bell. Share this with everybody you know. We're trying to make sure people understand that they're not victims, that they are empowered for greatness, and all this stuff that's out here that's telling them otherwise is false and will not benefit them in the end. So please, I appreciate that. Share that.